Hello, friends, and welcome back once more. We've got 2 more games remaining for our group stage coverage today. Marlene's going to have to stop playing Final Fantasy and join us here in the Dota
I was
world.
texting you.
Oh, okay.
Different.
Setting up our yoga session for tomorrow.
Anyways,
A little bit of power yoga.
going to this game. This game is really important. Are decently close to making it.
Both of them are in that kind of nexus area, the Matrix, if you will. Maybe they'll make it. Maybe
I will
they
not.
won't. All right, well, fine.
How about
Shot down?
I don't know what else. I'm not down with the Matrix area. Limbo.
Purgatory? Yeah, something like that. They're in the middle. They're right in the middle of the pack. They're average. I don't know. I don't have any good analogies here, but Sneaky Nick's Assassins versus Team. Yeah, sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't, and I had nothing prepared. So let's just hop into this draft. We don't have a grandiose introduction here. I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna get to casting. So Shadow Demon, the first pick for Sneaky Nick's Assassins, and let's see, Mirana Invoker for eHug. Isn't this exactly how they opened last time? Good buddy Merlini. You know it is exactly how they opened last time. That was a test to see if you were paying attention.
Yes, but they didn't have first pick. They first picked Mirana last time.
Last time they had first pick?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Are you the Lich King?
This was the same opener, except it was, I think,
Okay.
Mirana first pick, and then Shadow Demon Sand King by the opposite team, and then Invoker. by
Actually, you're right. Same heroes ended up coming out, but it was a Mirana first pick. Yeah, because Invoker was fourth pick. I remember saying that. So yeah, all right, you were right. I shouldn't have made fun of you.
10 seconds.
But
so kind of the same, but not
very
exactly.
predictable.
Are they gonna go with the Bloodseeker again?
I hope so.
Dang.
I hope so.
You know, Nyx Assassin was watching this game.
Oh, you know they were. There was a Reddit thread about it. It didn't get much traction, but I know these guys. I know how these top-tier Dota boys like to refresh that /r/Dota2/new. They probably saw it. They was watching.
They were just straight up watching the game.
Yeah, they definitely were. It was worth watching as well. I tweeted at eHug, by the way. I know
Did
you
you?
were. I know you didn't.
Can I
but
retweet at you?
sure. You want to retweet at me?
Retweet what
Nice,
you said?
nice Twitter. Yeah, sure, yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
Are you asking for my permission to retweet one of my tweets? I'm into that, dude. Yeah, I like it.
I'm
I
gonna
give you
retweet.
permission to retweet me, Merlini.
Wow. Team eHug take a very convincing win with a Bloodseeker pick. Can they win the next 2 games for a chance in the top 4?
See, look at that nice tweet.
Retweet.
Look at that. You're killing it on Twitter, man.
It was a double exclamation point. Not even the single exclamation
Dude.
point, but it was a
Yeah.
double.
I was excited when I tweeted
You didn't
that.
do all caps, though.
Well, see, multiple exclamation points is just like, I'm really excited, but I'm still talking in a nice, cheery tone. All caps is just like, eHug is going to win. It's like you're screaming, dude. I'm not trying to scream in my tweets, usually. Unless I'm really
But you
excited.
double exclamated it.
Yeah, I was excited. They picked Bloodseeker.
Why not triple exclamation? You're not that
Oh.
excited?
I don't know. I was running out of characters, and I thought 3 might be overzealous.
If you're running out of characters, just do the WOW, maybe like 2 capitalized.
Yeah. I hope they retweet me.
Anyways, off of Twitter, back to the game. Very similar bands
We haven't missed much.
and picks coming out. No setup for Mirana in the form of
Dude, even these bands are very
the
similar.
Bane. Yeah.
The Bane was banned out. TA was banned out last game. Wraith King will be banned out here. So Team eHug won't. What will Hamdago do now?
Axe.
What other heroes can he go ham on? I would love to see some more Axe. We saw an Axe ban earlier today, I think.
Axe is legit.
I like Axe. Yeah, it's one of my up and coming favorite heroes. It's like I don't like him still, but I'm starting to like him. The amount that I dislike him is shortening on a daily basis. So
I
soon
like
he'll
him.
cross over to a hero that I really like.
I think he's good enough to be picked more than he is now.
Yes, I think he's underrated. I think people just look at Axe and go, oh, what a dumpster that goes in the jungle. But position 1 Axe is real, man.
It's not. I think he's position 2 or 3.
Well, you could put him in position 2 or 3, but you can put him in position 1
Position
too.
1 sucks.
Nah, you just gotta win in the mid game.
That's all you have to do. Like, that's easy. All you have to do is win, and then he's good.
It depends on the lane situations. If they're heavy melee, Axe is really good. If they're not heavy melee, then Axe is a little bit rough. He's one of those guys, but I think he's good, yeah.
He's good enough.
He's solid, yeah. He's really good against melee offlaners, like Nyx Assassin or Centaur. If you're up against a team that doesn't have a lot of flexibility in their lanes and they can't easily rotate, and you get an Axe versus melee offlaner, oh man, he's having a field day, dude. He's just running around with the Super Soaker, just wrecking people.
Super Soaker.
Yeah, what did you do at your field days? We shot each other with Super Soakers at my school. And ran around the field.
So Luna banned out from Team eHug. You know, this draft is so slow. I'm trying to talk about it. So
Watermelon baby.
There's a good old Tidehunter, dude.
Yeah. Well, Tidehunter's really coming back. We've seen a lot of Tide over the past few days.
Dude, he's still ownage.
Yeah. You know, someone tweeted at me and said that I could have their Squiddles if I really want it. Should I take them up on their offer? Is Squiddles that awesome?
I always use Squiddles when I play Tidehunter.
All right. I don't play Tide very often, but if I had Squiddles, maybe I'll have to start picking it more.
You can play support Tide.
Support Tide? Just YOLO it? Don't worry, guys. I got Squiddles.
Why not? He's like Earthshaker. He's a similar Earthshaker, I'd say.
Okay.
Except he doesn't actually require as many items, and he can actually tank. If they initiate on Tidehunter, they might actually lose the fight. Whereas if they initiate on Earthshaker, you might lose it. You probably will lose the fight. So it's different. He's like a tanky initiator, which is a very unique role, similar to Wraith King, and it's a very cool role too.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't kill him, he's gonna get off with GG Ravage and just own everyone with Anchor Smash. But if you do try and focus him, he'll Kraken it off and probably still Ravage all of you guys and get Anchor Smash off.
Yeah. Do you think Ravage is too long of a cooldown?
No, I think it's.
You think it's appropriate?
I think it's appropriate. That ultimate is like.
I mean, it's
my goodness.
It's a god tier ultimate, but he's one of those heroes that is very susceptible to the cooldown rotation. Like you lose a team fight, you burn some buybacks, you hop into the Roche Pit, and you're like, well, Tide can't do anything.
That's because a lot of the Tidehunters that we've seen don't have Blink. If you can't Blink in an Anchor Smash, then you're not that effective. Because if you Blink in Anchor Smash, if they try and turn around on you, they're not going to do any damage. You have minus 60%, and then you have Cracking Shield. But if you're just like walking up trying to Anchor Smash and Gush and stuff, it's just not as effective. So I think Blink is core on him.
I 100% agree.
A lot of times people get mech and they're like, yeah, you're going to mech up people, but that's not Tidehunter's role. His role is not to sit in the back and mech people up. His role is to be up in front, mitigating a lot of the damage, tanking everything, and then still doing a lot of damage. That's what his job is.
I think if he gets a lot of farm, he can get away with going mech first. It means your team won't be able to team fight quite as early, but you need to get a blink right after the mech if you opt
You don't
for that
need
item.
a mech on him at all.
He doesn't need it, but sometimes his team does.
Sometimes his team does, but ideally, in the situation with Tidehunter, you blink Ravage, you just straight up win the fight. It's not like healing is going to help you out because you're just straight up win if you have the perfect Ravage. But if you have Mech, you might not get a good Ravage and you might lose the fight just because you didn't get a good Ravage. So the opportunity cost is very heavy in going for a Mech as opposed to a hero like Beastmaster. I'd say Beastmaster, his ultimate is not as game breaking as a Ravage. So he thinks I think Mech is more important on him than a hero like Tidehunter. But
all right.
I think Mech is fine after Blink Dagger, but Blink you just have to get.
Yeah, Blink into Mech. That could work too.
His ultimate is like huge range, but that doesn't mean that you don't need it.
Have you ever seen a Tide get Vanguard?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't stack with Kraken.
Oh, it doesn't stack at all?
Stout Shield doesn't stack.
Okay, never mind.
Well, if the Stout doesn't proc, then Kraken will take over, but level 2 Kraken already does more block than Stout, so I wouldn't
figured it would be bad anyway. I don't know why you would ever need that. I would be livid, is what you said.
I'd be livid if someone got
Now someone's gonna get it just to see Merlini rage. That one throwaway game where it doesn't matter. They're gonna go Vanguard Tide. Well, Clockwork the third pick for Sneaky Nick's Assassins, so they will have that IX Mike hero and their offlaner secured. eHug settle on Enchantress for their second support, so that means it will be a core Tidehunter probably in the offlane and need their second support.
What exactly does Tidehunter mean? Does he hunt tides?
Tide Hunter.
What does it mean to hunt a tide?
Maybe it means he's hunting in the tide. Like he uses the tides as a camouflage and he just surfs around.
What
and
about
hunts
Base
people.
Hunter?
Base Hunter? I don't know what he's. Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know either. There's something that I'm missing here.
Maybe it was like, you know, at the time there's Base Nectar, right? That was like a big electronica band. Started that whole dubstep thing, right? So then Base Hunter's in Sweden. He's like, I love Dota. I love Base. Tide Hunter, Base Hunter, yeah, woo! Like, I don't know. I really don't know what Base Hunter is all about.
What about Tidehunter then?
What, they should just name themselves Tide Hunter?
Just hunting tides?
Just hunting tides. I think, I don't know. He's really big.
He's big. He's Watermelon Man.
What unit was he in Warcraft 3? Like, what was his...
I think it was just one of the random sea creatures that they had.
One of the random sea creatures?
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Did you play campaign? They had sea creatures. It was like part of the Naga / Murloc bunch.
I gotcha, but I just meant more of that. It's like the stand-ins in movies that don't even have names that just get killed off by Jack Bauer every other episode. You know, it's just like, oh, he was just one of those. You know, you've got like Omni Knight. He was Uther. You know, he was some like awesome.
No, he wasn't some awesome
prominent figure. Tide was just like, nah, just one of the random sea creatures.
Yeah, he was just random sea
Poor
creatures.
guy.
Slytherin Guard was one of the random sea creatures.
Yeah, that's
so is
true.
Naga.
I really like the way Enchantress looks. Like the Dryads, I always thought they were really cool.
Yeah, Dryads are awesome.
And the Mountain Giants are cool too. Tiny, he's badass. But oh, Brewmaster, we didn't talk about the Panda over there.
Panda's ownage.
Yeah, I like the Panda. It's pretty good. They'll
you have
probably
to be able
put
to play him well. He also needs a Blink Core.
Yes, Blink Core. He is another high skill cap hero. You need to be able to micro the ultimate, the spirits. Throw those rocks. Use those tornadoes.
Windwalk, Dispel.
Yeah. So high skill cap hero, but if you can use him, he's good. We've seen a little bit of Brewmaster recently, and
not in the NA scene really though.
We've seen 1 or 2 games maybe in this group stage. At least 1, if not 2.
I don't remember who's played him.
I don't remember who played him either, but I saw at least.
Maybe not.
I know I saw at least 1 game. Might have been at the beginning when I was casting.
Ooh,
with LT,
the Bone Clinks.
The Bone Fletcher.
I call him the Bone Clinks.
The Bone Clinks?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I had a name in Dota 1, a Smurf that I used. It was the_bone_clinks.
The Bone Clinks.
The Bone Clinks.
My bones are clinking together.
It mix between Bone Fletcher and Clinks.
I see. Very clever. I see what you did.
The Bone Clinks. His bones clinks.
His bones clinks. I guess. I always thought Clinks had a cool model as well. He was the first hero in Dota that I got owned by.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Damn.
How are they going to make this work?
I was playing versus Sneaky Nyx Assassins. I was going to play versus Sneaky Nyx Assassins in one of the tournaments, and someone said ban PL because Ush loves PL. And I was like, whatever, we can handle PL. And
you got wrecked by PL?
No, we never actually faced them. They lost.
Oh, what a bummer. Well, you had a strategy in mind at least.
What,
but
straight ban them? I was like, I don't care about a PL. But does eHug care about a PL? Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, this is a weird job. This is 4 melee for stealthy Nyx Assassins. I said stealthy. The sneaky Nyx Assassins. There's nothing stealthy about it. Yeah, especially against the Tide. That's good news. Timbersaw would have done some work here, but that's okay. Tide can do an equal amount of work. How are they going to lane this? Just
Panda
a try
mid,
lane?
Clock off, and then try top.
Just just a nice defensive try with all those melees.
If you go offensive try with PL, you better have like someone like Kato or something.
Aggressive try with PL.
I don't think it's that bad.
That's just suicide.
If someone picks like a Spectre, I think you can do it.
Oh, okay, yeah. You need an equally just like, I need to sit here and farm and not do anything hero on the other team, but oh man. I don't know. What do you think about PL right now? Is he really a viable pick?
Yeah.
I think
know. So. He takes a little bit long to get online, but sometimes you can fight 4-on-5 for a long time. If Morphling's a viable pick, then I think PL is.
If Morphling is a viable pick, then PL
because I think
is...
both of them are useless in are similar in the fact that if you put them in the position we're on roll in the safe lane farmer, they can't do anything until 20+ minutes, which is kind of what PL does. You just sit there and farm.
That's true, but I would much rather have a Morphling than a PL, I think. Because Morphling can split push a lot easier with the replicate. He can be very cheeky with this. You can put the Morphling's a little more flexible. You can put him mid like the Arteezy style, or you can safe lane try him. PL, you can't really put him mid. He has to just sit back and farm.
I agree that he's more pigeonholed in terms of role, but I would disagree in that you would always rather have a Morphling.
I don't say always, but I would most of the time rather have
PL's
a
much better split pusher, firstly. Secondly, he's super hardcore late game. Like, he will just poop on most other heroes one-on-one, like, no question about it. Like, him versus Potom stands no chance.
Okay.
If PL's, like, even 3,000 gold under-farmed, I would say that he can still beat up Potom. And Clinks, too. Clinks only has single target damage, too. So, yeah, sure, you can get Mjolnirs, but it's not going to do that much versus a PL army.
You took
They're just different,
you took the fuel right out of me, man.
I
was gonna say that Mjolnir is the reason PL is a lot shittier than Morphling right now.
Dude, PL
Mjolnir wrecks his illusions. Are you kidding?
Dude, he has Phantom Edge. It's 20% magic resistance.
That's so what? His illusions still get wrecked.
They still keep proccing. I don't know. It's like you don't want to use your Mjolnir to burn the illusions.
No.
A good PL will make your life hell, even with Mjolnirs.
They don't have the most creep clearing just to wreck the illusions. You know, there's no Coddle or somebody that can just cut them down. But
there's no Gyro. There's
no Gyro.
Medusa.
Yeah, Medusa's good. I mean, Starstorm in the early mid game does some damage to them, but in the late game it won't do enough. But I don't know. Do you think they'll get to the late game though? To that that 60-minute? Look at this. We got a stat. IX Mike is 15-0 so far with Clockwork. Is he really?
I was not impressed with his Clockwork last time.
That's a real statistic. Jeez, that's a decent sample though. 15-0. That's pretty impressive.
You need more sample size.
I mean, yeah, it's not out of the realm of variance, but it's still impressive.
Nah, his Clockwork's not impressive. Did you see that last game?
15-0 is impressive.
Whatever.
It's an impressive statistic.
Maybe they played CMB with 3 stand-ins 15 times in a row. You don't know.
Well, I'm looking at Roland, and he's telling me that is not the case. So,
I'm not sold.
Yeah, I don't know.
Screw statistics.
I'm just not that scared of PL. Last I saw him, did he get buffed in 6.81 at all, or changed at all?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so either. I saw him in WPC, and it was like a 60-minute game where he was huge,
Who was playing
6-slotted. I can't remember, man. It was like 3 weeks ago. But it was the first time I'd seen PL in a while, and he got 6-slotted, and
you have to have a good
cut him
PL
down.
PL is not the easiest carry because it takes a lot of micro. You need to have very good map awareness and just very good microing of your illusions so that you can split push out, you can scout, you can do neutral at the same time, you can defend against pushes. You need to be able to do a little bit of everything, and kind of depends on what build he wants to go. I personally prefer the Radiance build. I like Radiance on a lot of heroes, but some people just like the Drums Diffusal, Drums Yasha, Manta, etc. So you can kind of go from there. But I mean, I think they have a pretty good 4-on-5 lineup. They don't have the most damage, and they're also fairly ulti dependent. But at the same time, these 4 heroes actually do not require that much farm outside of maybe Blink Dagger on Sand King and Panda.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, PL is still a hard carry, and he can still be really scary when he comes online, but
you know what?
I have not seen successful PLs recently.
Why do Invokers get Invoke at level 2 and then not use it? That is like one of the things that boggles me the most.
Uh-oh, fluffing stuff. Wow, they almost hit him with the Sunstrike. That would have been your first blood, but I'm a sheep. He doesn't quite stagger the ensnares quite right. They'll get Fluff low. I don't think he'll have enough to secure this kill. Nope, they'll totally zone out the Sand King. The pole gets jacked by eHug, but uh-oh, the Ghost actually slowing down Pandago. No, they won't be able to follow up anything.
Is he going to be Hamdago or just regular old Pandago this game?
So, what are you upset about here getting invoked? Then didn't he just invoke Sunstrike?
Yeah, but he was almost level 3 by the time he invoked Sunstrike. Why would you get Invoke at level 2 and then not actually get a skill? That just boggles my mind.
Well, he got one eventually. Just a little slow on the uptake, I guess.
I'm a sheep sucks. May get sent out by Fluff here, but nah.
Yeah, I'm looking at these Enchantress creeps trying to chase down Whitebeard. He'll find a nice little spot in the trees here, and that Cubby will keep him safe and sound. So no First Blood has come out quite yet, but eHug have started off rather aggressive here. I'm a sheep. He's been moving around aggressively, and this is actually, we haven't really mentioned that it's kind of an aggressive tri-lane from eHug, aggressive duo lane with Enchantress nearby, but she's holding her own. They can't really contest her too easily, and the nice thing about her being in the jungle here is it stops Stand King from, did I say Stand King? Sand King from stacking up the neutrals and getting that super fast blink. So kind of a twofold victory here. He's pressuring this top lane and also stopping Fluff from farming as quickly as Sand King can.
eHug just needs to do a couple of things. Well, they should have a couple goals in mind. Firstly is getting a fast Orchid on Clinks. I don't think that's going to be that much trouble because it's just a Clockwork versus a Clinks on bottom. And secondly, they need to pressure PL as much as possible. So it looks like their early game, they have been set up to accomplish those 2 goals in mind. And SNA, it's similar. They need to secure farm for Phantom Lancer. They also need to get Blink Daggers on 2 supports and make sure that eHug doesn't get out of control. But since the resources are kind of devoted up to PL on top, they won't be able to commit anything to Clinks. So they should be well prepared for an Orchid Clinks, whether it's defensive disrupts, Ghost Scepters on Shadow Demon, or Force Staff, Manta Style on Phantom Lancer, or a Diffusal. They need something so that he can't go crazy once he gets his Orchid.
Yeah, absolutely. And my biggest fear is that eHug have drafted a really scary mid-game lineup, especially once that Orchid comes out like you're talking about, the Blink on Tide. Invoker's got some of those core items, maybe right after that Midas. He's got his Necro Book out. They'll have trouble stopping that onslaught death ball push that eHug will be able to amass while Ush is still trying to come online with his PL. What is the go-to PL build right now? Is Radiance first viable, or...?
It depends on the game. Like, if you're getting pressured a lot, you'll need drums or some mid-game fight. I would say the ideal build is, like, Midas Radiance or Radiance into kind of like your Naga style Drums Manta. Or I actually think Drum's really important on him because
he's very squishy early on.
Well, not only that, he uses
HP.
a lot of mana. Spirit Lance is 140 a pop, and that baby's on a pretty low cooldown. It's not like Riptide, because Riptide you have to be in melee range to use it. Spirit Lance you're casting all the time, and you use Doppelwalks a fair amount too, because your images do a lot of damage. Yeah. So I would say that Drums is very, very important on him.
Yeah, one of the things about PL is his massive agility growth. So he's also looking for experience. And part of the reason the supports from the dire side are trying to stay out of lane as much as possible so that Ush can level up and get that dirty, dirty agility.
Dirty, dirty agility.
It's dirty on PL, man. He has the highest agility. Was it like 4.2 per level or something absurd?
He has really high base damage too, so him with Quelling Blade is just super easy last hit, especially against a hero like Priestess of the Moon, who has a, what, 60 damage with Bassi?
Yep. Oh, Spirit Lance comes out on Pandago. Burrow Strike to follow up. Whitebeard comes in, throws out the Soul Catcher there. Defensive Disruption onto the Sand King. First Blood comes out. Shadow Demon gets credit for the kill. Fluff may fall to the Sunstrike. Yep, she's on the money. That's a 1-for-1. But still, First Blood goes the way of the Sneaky Nyx Assassins, and they come out ahead in the exchange. It is the Shadow Demon that grabs the last hit, though, so not ideal. The Phantom Lancer doesn't grab the bonus gold, but definitely still good news.
Yep, nice. I think he could dodge his Sunstrike, but wasn't expecting it coming out from good old Justin in the mid lane. And Clockwork Rocket coming out bottom. He has done this hybrid build again, not the max battery assault or the max rocket, but just 2-1-2. Not a bad build. He has picked up a Magic Stick earlier this game. Last game he had a lot of trouble because he didn't actually have enough mana, and picking a Magic Stick is super important as opposed to something like an Urn Rush. So Fluff will scout out the rune for SNA.
Cakes needs to be careful here, actually. Well, if Mike had hit him with a hook shot and then cogged and assaulted, and, well, Phantom Lancer dies up top while I'm trying to do the math on that. Sunstrike. Oh, there it is. Ooh. It finishes off the Shadow Demon. So back-to-back kills in the top lane. Did you see with the first kill that came out?
No, I'm watching Ike's might kill Cakes on bottom.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. No, Cakes will... Did he death pack? Oh, there's a dust coming out from Mike. He's taking tower shots, though. This is far from ideal. He will still secure the kill, though. Clockwork just a little too tanky early on, and Mike will walk away the victor. So a much-needed kill for the stealthy Nyx Assassins, but...
15-0, baby.
Yep. Oh, wow, that's Sunstruck. Yeah, this could be the end of the dominating streak of the IX Mike Clockwork. Again, both teams really need the win right here. So interesting build from SNA as well in this Brewmaster. We talked about this the other day when we saw him picked up. Maybe it was me and LD.
It was not me.
Yeah, all right, it was definitely me and LD. I talked about the value point in Drunken Haze, but a lot of Brewmasters actually don't opt for it. They'll just go straight Thunderclap and Drunken Brawler. And the argument is, his base kip I was casting with too. He was trying to tell me that Drunken Haze is garbage because he doesn't have the mana pool for it.
It depends on what hero it is.
Yep. And the way it was laned. Before it was an off-lane brew versus the solo mid that you're talking about.
Dude, it's a really high miss percent chance.
45% at level 1, plus the 14% slow, 8-second duration at all levels. I think that's a value point right there.
It's also AoE, and it also stacks with Drunken Brawler. So it's really good.
It's really good. I totally agree. It does mean you sort of need Arcane Boots, though. It's hard to get away with if you want to go for straight blink.
Sometimes you don't want to get it, I'd say. Like, it's okay to not get. Like, firstly versus OD. That's pretty obvious. You're not going to have mana to cast that. I think, actually, it's not that bad versus OD. Because you can just cast it instead of Thunderclap. But, ooh, arrow nearly misses on top.
Almost.
But at the same...
Oh, hook shot. It'll be off the mark. Pandago, he doesn't have a Ravage quite yet. He's almost level 5. Sunstrike comes in onto IX Mike. They have plenty of damage to bring him down. Or do they? Brew comes in. Mike falls, but now Sheep goes down. The experience enough to get the Ravage. He gets it off, finishes off the Shadow Demon. Now Pandago just trying to survive. I don't think that'll happen, but Ush, he barely makes it away with a few hit points to spare. Now Jigglebilly gets stunned up by Fluff and stuff. He'll get thrown into the Tornado. Does have a leap available. They're trying to hedge their bets here, but they just don't have the cooldowns. The Boulder will stun him, but he is safe and sound. Does that end as just a 1-for-1? No, it's a 2-for-2. Arrow flies off the mark, but a close call.
I believe so.
It was a 2-for-2.
If they had gotten a kill on Tidehunter quicker, he wouldn't have had that Ravage, and I don't think eHug would have gotten any kills if Tidehunter had died earlier.
That Ravage.
That
was a big Ravage. Yeah, the Sunstrike was really key there. That's what set up the kill. That gave him the experience to get the Ravage, and the Ravage allowed eHug to at least break even in that fight. And now they've got about 1,000 gold, 2,300 experience leaders. So the other nice thing about that is it opened up space for Justin to free farm. He didn't rotate up top. He contributed with the global presence of Sunstrike. He now has his Midas, and it is kicked in. He is just about to hit level 9.
So Midas on Ush, though.
He's in good shape. Ush, oh yeah, you're right.
You like Midas.
You like the Midas on PL? That's your thing.
He's gonna be farming anyways, dude. You need. that's my idea. Like, you're not gonna be fighting until 25 minutes anyways. Why would you not go for a Midas?
I'm a sheep. He's in some trouble. Mike walks right into him. Sunstrike will come down though. The Enchantress, maybe can she survive this? Almost. It will be a 1-for-1. Maybe not. IX Mike just too darn tanky. Those bottle charges keeping him alive.
See, I like this build.
It's a 1-for-0.
Why would he go for Urn last game and not a bottle like this game? This bottle just like saved his ass.
Yeah, now he's going straight into Buckler. Yeah, the bottle literally saved his ass right there. He would have died without it for sure.
I know. That's what.
Very nicely done.
You need the bottle, man. Don't skimp out on that.
Yeah, that makes it 5-5 here. Still an even game on our hands. I do like the Midas
Even's
on
bad
PL, though.
for eHug, though.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be even against a PL early.
Well, I think it's okay to be even for now. They still need those core items to really hit that mid-game stride. Like, Invoker's Hand of Midas hasn't really kicked in yet. He just picked it up and tied. I mean,
Orchid clinks.
Yeah, he's in the support role. Does he have it?
No.
Oh, yeah. They need the Orchid. Yeah, right. So they need those core items. That's when they'll really start to pull ahead. Right now, I don't think they should be mounds ahead of the Sneaky Nyx Assassins unless they were
they should
really
be a little ahead.
Well, they are a little ahead, yeah.
You said even.
No, well, and I meant hero kills. They even it out in hero kills.
Yeah, they're slightly ahead in goal, which is exactly where they should be. They shouldn't be terribly far ahead because Potom is in the off lane, makes it a little bit harder for her to farm. And Ush has died once, but still, he's getting his levels. He's getting his farm on. And Nyx SNA is almost at his blink dagger in mid. So 12 minutes, blink, and Arcane boost is pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. He's been racking up those CS. Number 2 overall on the chart, 54 and 14.
Screw the value point on Drunken Hate. He's going all out.
He's going all in. Yeah, going for the value point.
It's really good versus Clinks, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. 8 seconds is a long time for old Clinky Winky to not be hitting much. They will pressure this bottom tower. Hook shot in from IX Mike. Isolates. I'm a sheep. Cakes. He gets knocked to the side. He just wants to finish off the tower. Brew will go hard on him. He will ghost walk. He'll survive for now. Come get healed, says the Enchantress. The Nature's Attendants will help keep her alive, but only for so long. She does have a TP scroll.
Dude, she has tanks.
And maybe, can she survive? Yeah, has the buckler. That's helping. She'll try and TP out, but just won't make it. Too much damage.
Gets rocketed and clapped in the face.
The sound that she makes when she dies is kind of funny.
She had to create some space, and they did end up giving the tower to
Clinks. Yeah, he got the last hit. No, he didn't actually. The creeps did. My bad. But he finished off the tower, and Clinks survived. So at the end of the day, not a bad trade for eHug. And
it's just an Enchantress. Who cares about her stinking life?
It would have been better if Clinks had gotten the last hit on the tower, though. He really needs that Orchid. That's their big mid-game tempo control. And Jiggle Billy, he'll get initiated on Spirit Lance. He'll get hit by the Soul Catcher, but in comes Tide. He throws the Gush, and now Tide's in a bad position.
There's a Blink dagger.
He's got a Ravage, but what's the follow-up coming? There's an Epicenter from Fluff and Stuff, and they will stuff Pandago into a coffin as he gets sent back to the grave. All right.
You're liking these coffins / Davy Jones's locker references.
Come on, man. Trying to spice it up a little bit. 6 best of 1s. You got to keep things interesting.
Oh, Davy Jones.
Was that your best pirate?
No, that's my best impression of you.
Oh, Davy Jones, the locker. There's no pirates this game.
There's Tidehunter.
He's not a pirate. He's a fish.
He's a pirate hunter.
He is the Kraken. Up top. Ooh. Will we see some fighting? Now, Invoker took out the Tier 1 tower mid. So that's something. 2-0 in total tower count. eHug getting that little bit of an early game edge.
Going to Vlad's build. Interesting.
Yeah, it's good for farming. Get yourself a little bit of
Yeah,
armor.
but PL you view as like a super late gamer, right? You don't want to spend 20-50 on a slot on an item that you're probably going to replace. Like a drums, I think, is much more useful, like 50 minutes in.
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, it's nice. You can do Roshan pretty early with it. It gives you some sustain for the lane.
It's all right. I mean, this is one of these games where they know that eHug will peak right around now, maybe within the next few minutes. They're grouping up for this top tower, so they know that they can't just let PL sit back and farm by himself. But he's going to have to contribute.
I would let Panda get it, though, right? Because he already has Blink. Yep. Why wouldn't you get the Vlads after?
Because he wants to get Ags.
Yeah.
Ags is good on
But
Brew,
it's
man.
not about the Brewmaster this game. It's about PL.
Yep.
Right. You want to make PL as fat as sneaking possible.
Cakes, he's in some trouble. I think they've got some detection. Yeah, they sure do. Do they have a gem? Why did they see him there?
Dude, so this is interesting because SNA's on an owning spree, but they're 5,000 gold behind because eHug is out farming and split pressuring them a lot.
Orchid is now up on Clinks. He died there, but he had the recipe before he got picked off, and now level 1 Necrobook is out for Invoker. So they are ready to take this mid-game in full stride.
There's no Ravage, though. They got to be pretty careful.
Yeah, Nyx will just try and pressure the bottom tier 1 tower and the mid tier 1. So they're okay for now, but this is not going to go well for the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They'll lose this top tier 2. I don't think they'll be able to get the mid tower, and they're not even at the bottom tower yet. So all these towers should be able to
I think bottom tower maybe. Pandago actually has ultimate up. He can TP back up. Looks like Clinks is
They don't have any TP scrolls. The 3 heroes up top, none of them have a TP.
Well, Pandago has one.
Oh, the courier's coming.
2 of them have them.
Compliments of Elgato. And Clinks is coming down. Brewmaster does finish off one of the towers here. IX Mike, he actually gets hit by the Orchid. Sunstrike comes in, but wow, the Gush is enough. He throws out the dust before he goes down. Now Whitebeard, he's just getting crushed. Will get himself in a defensive disruption, but Starstorm's plenty of damage to finish
Justin's pushing way far out in middle. I don't know if he's gonna live.
Uh-oh, Spirit Lance. He does have that point in Wex, so could go for a Ghost Walk if he has to. SNA coming forward now. Big stun from Fluff. That secures the kill on Invoker. Epicenter channeling, but
he's owning those four
completely
spirits.
off the mark. The Ice Wall, it just trashed him. Poor guy. Enchantress not out of the clear quite yet, though. Nature's Attendants keeping her alive. There's your Thunderclap. Or your, yeah, it's called Thunderclap. They'll be able to bring him down. So 2 for 0 in the bottom, but then it's a 2 for 0 the other way here in the mid lane.
Justin was just pushed out too far.
Yeah,
there. That was not really Enchantress's fault. They were trying to push out the mid, but you can just do it with your 4 spirits. I mean, it's a little obvious to us that he was rotating, but at the same time, they all retreated from the bottom lane, so they're all going to be in this area anyways.
Ooh, SNA gets Orchided, but he gets that first dodge. I don't think it's enough damage. The Soul Burn, wow, one more auto attack would have had him. Now IX Mikey hook shots forward, burns the dust, going hard on Kegs, but I don't know if he'll win this right-click battle. Long-range arrow connects on Mike. Sunstrike will be enough for the kill. Also hits Fluff. Kegs gets picked off. It is a 1-for-1. Invoker gets the kill on the Clockwork, and Sand King gets the kill on the Clinks.
That buff in play. The butt of Brewmaster.
Oh, yeah. The dodge is nice.
It is indeed. Auto miss, baby.
Oh, yeah. That value point in Drunken Brawler, he's still not putting anything else in it quite yet. Went full into the Drunken Haze.
The Drunken Brawler is so good. That spell is like...
It's one of the best passive crits. Plus, it has dodge on top of it.
Yeah.
It's good all around. There's very little to be dissatisfied with. Jiggle Billy, he could find himself jiggling into some trouble here. He'll stack up this this big camp. And
I don't know why. Every time I don't know what Jiggle Billy actually looks like, but when you say he's gonna jiggle himself into some trouble, I just imagine him doing this like awkward jiggle dance and I don't know, just like weird dance moves. What dance move is jiggle?
Just jiggle. I don't know. You're just wiggling all over the place, like
Jiggle Billy's just such
around.
A weird player name.
It is a very strange name. Jiggle Billy. Have you ever seen his? He's really known for those Pudge videos that he's made.
Nope.
You never seen those?
Nope.
Oh, they're really funny. Well, they're an acquired taste, but I think they're funny.
So Ush, let's see what he's going for. Post Vlad's looks like a diffusal blade. So
no,
it's Yasha.
It's a Yasha.
It's coming out pretty soon, dude. He has it now if he wants to buy it.
Yeah, Yasha's nice. Great farming tool, as we've talked about many a time on most heroes. The movement speed, the extra bit of damage, all around good item choice at this stage. Old IX Mike there working on the mech, and he'll have it in 1 creep kill.
I think he could have gotten away with the Radiance this game. Like, he hasn't really been pressured post Midas, and it's not like Vlad saved them. So Vlad plus Yasha is like what, 4/5 of your Radiance.
Yeah, he probably could have gotten it. It is tricky though. I mean, you don't really. It's hard to gauge how much pressure will come your way. So I see why he was.
They have 2 heroes with blink daggers, and they have a Clockwork though. That's I think enough mid game fight for you to make that call. But
they'll make a hold at this bottom tower, and oh, Pandago, he misses the deny. That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed. And PL doing Ancients. He's getting there, dude. He's getting to super scary like kind of quickly.
Yeah. Now, eHug were doing a really good job pressuring just the towers and whatnot in the first 15 minutes, but now they're losing momentum. Pandago, he'll get picked off in the bottom lane here. Anchor Smash is not enough to keep him alive.
Panda ult too strong, man. They can't do anything in Panda ult. You're not going to race Ravage. You're not going to blow your Orchid and your Strafe cooldowns.
Earl Boulder.
I don't know. Dude, that's such a... Some of these skill names, I'm just like, come on.
The worst name ever.
No, the worst one is...
Earl Boulder.
The worst one is Dragon Knight's Fire. It's called Breathe Fire.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's not that bad. He's a dragon. What do dragons do? They breathe fire.
Well, they usually call it like Breath of Fire or something.
Breath of fire, breathe fire.
So...
Are we quarreling over... Are we splitting hairs here, man?
Well... My friend Frush mentioned it. I was about to... no, he has enough armor.
He's fine. Soulburn won't even be close to enough. Hookshot actually hits the illusion.
My friend Frush was talking about, like, wow, how that's just such a lame name. And, like, for example, what if Clinks' skill was named Shoot Arrow as a searing arrow, right? That's just absurd, but that's pretty much what Breathe Fire is. Breathe Fire, Shoot Arrow.
That's a good analogy, but, like, there's a difference between an archer and a dragon, right? Dragons are a lot more unique in Dota. There's a ton of archers. So if there was any archer just named Shoot Arrow, I'd be like, come on, what are you, special? You're all shooting arrows. Dragon Knight, he's the only knight that turns into a bloody dragon. So it's like he breathes fire in human form.
Can't they just think of it something cooler than Hurl Boulder, though? Like...
Well, Hurl Boulder, I'll agree with. That one's a little bit absurd. Not so sure. I don't like Starstorm. I think Starfall is where it's at.
Well, copyright, dude.
I know, but it just makes sense. It's like a falling star. That's a thing, right? Like, what is a star storm? I've never heard that phrase ever because it's not a real thing. It's just, oh, it's a storm of stars all over the place. Give me a break, man. She's raining down stars from the sky. They fall down. It doesn't make any sense.
You could call it like rain of stars.
Rain of stars I would have liked better than starstorm. But if it was rain like R-E-I-G-N.
It's a storm. It's like a hailstorm, except there's stars everywhere.
It's a hailstorm of stars. I wish it was like rain though, like R-E-I-G-N, like kind of a
rain of stars.
Yeah, rain of stars, like they're raining down on you with like power. You know, they're raining over you and they're raining down. It's a pun.
That's too tricky.
I really like puns.
They don't have puns for name skills in Dota.
Damn it! Oh, up top, Clinks. He was in trouble, but he stood his ground against IX. Mike secures the kill. He does get dusted though. It'll probably cost him. Meanwhile, down to the bottom, Epicenter comes out. It does secure the kill onto the Mirana, and oh, the Brewmaster looks like he set a trap as well. They put the Invoker into the Tornado, and the follow-up damage just won't be there. Looks like Harry Potter will survive this time.
The problem with eHug is that they can't really play around SNA's ultimates. They have very potent ultimates that are on very long cooldowns. We have 120 seconds on the level 2 Epicenter. We have 120 seconds on the level 2 Brewmaster ultimate, but every time they're pushing, the ultimates are up. So I think they either need to gank them so that they won't be up because the hero's dead, or they need to bait him out somehow and then go for a concerted 5-man effort somewhere else on the map. But as it stands, they can just blow 2 ultimates to kill an important hero like Potom, blow a couple ultimates to kill like a Tidehunter, and eHug doesn't really get anything in return.
Wow, this PL, man, I'm scared for eHug at this point. They've lost a lot of momentum, and the graph is
man, he's scary.
Going downhill. Yeah, he's scary if you just stop pushing. Now he has a Manta.
They can't push an Epi and a Panda, though.
Yeah.
It's too scary. How are you going to deal with the Panda ultimate?
Moonlight Shadow, man.
Moonlight Shadow? They don't have enough lockdown.
I just mean they need to use Moonlight Shadow more often.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Like,
that's
they need to be more aggressive. They need to use Moonlight Shadow. Like, they're at the point now where they're not quite in the danger zone, but I think they need to up their risk here.
Dude, they are in the danger zone.
Well, they're starting to enter they're crossing that yellow line right now where it says danger, radiation zone. They need to Moonlight Shadow into the Roche pit, Moonlight Shadow for ganks. Do something. Buy some smokes.
So they feel the pressure.
This is like, dude, you're teetering on the edge of that PL, just making it rain all over your family and your prize jewels.
Are we talking about R-A-I-N or R-E-I?
Either or. It's gonna be both. He's gonna insert a theocracy and just take over. PL is scary business, man. There's a reason people call him Phantom Cancer.
They call him Cancer Lancer.
Cancer Lancer too.
I actually called him Phantom Cancer too, and people were like, "No, you idiot! It's Cancer Lancer." I was like, "Phantom Cancer sounds pretty legit too."
I mean, yeah, I think they both work for the context of the joke, but I mean, look at this. SNA, they have the momentum here. They've got a Veil of Discord out on Sand King. This is the Sand King build that I like from Fluff right here.
They're gonna get obliterated by these 2 ultimates.
Good word, my friend. Cakes, he gets caught inside of the cogs. In comes Tide, a big Ravage, breaks things up. They get the kill onto IX Mike, but around the backside, Fluff and stuff. Big ultimate comes out, secures the kill onto Amaship. And now the meatball comes down. This fight starting to break out into 2. Who's off to the side? Ush gets the solo kill on Clinks. And now Pandago, he could be in some trouble here. It is a 2-for-2. Ush, he's getting a little too brave. He just gets obliterated. SNA comes back in, trying to finish off the Mirana. Jiggle Billy leaps back to safety. Why did PL do that?
Brewmaster messed the fight up really badly for them. He yoles the Invoker during the Epicenter Burrow combo.
That's a bummer.
And he also didn't get the Veil up before the Epicenter. He used it after. So those 2 blink initiates could have just train wrecked the back. There were 3 heroes grouped up here. That's perfect for a Blink Clap into Panda Ultimate, into Veil, into Blink, Epicenter, Burrow Strike, and everyone would have died of those 3 heroes. And instead, they didn't even kill any of them. Actually, they might have killed Enchantress.
They killed Clinks and Enchantress.
Yeah, they killed Enchantress, but they didn't get the important heroes. Did they kill Invoker right there?
Nope.
PL doesn't die either.
Nope. Oh, yeah. PL died at the end, though.
That's his... yeah, he kind of overestimated.
I'm not really sure why he went back in. They still had plenty of damage to take him down.
Yeah.
I mean, he is level 16. He's still at that scary point, though. The fact of the matter is, even though it wasn't the best fight for SNA, they hold their Tier 2 tower, and they find at least a break-even exchange. eHug cannot take this late game.
Was that a break-even? I don't think it was a break-even.
It was, okay, it was a 2-for-3. eHug get the slightly better of it, but, I mean, PL isn't even close to his cap. He has a Manta and a Vlad's, and they're already, like, basically breaking even in team fights. Like, they got an extra kill on the PL, but I would call that almost a break even, I think.
This is scary.
Yeah. PL is almost #1 on
Oh,
net,
he has
net
boosted
worth.
travel too? Oh, buddy.
Oh, God. Yeah. Now, we haven't seen the split pushing yet, but now let the rat commence. He can just pressure lanes and TP all around and let his illusions. Also being level 16, that's when it gets really easy because you have that 3rd point in Phantom Edge and your Juxtapose is max.
So I like the Midas, man. He's like
over.
#1 level in this game.
Yeah, I like the Midas on PL as well, actually, the more I think about it. He needs that agility gain to really kick in. He needs to be high level.
He needs intel, too.
Yep, that's another good point. I don't know. I think eHug just have to do something, man. They have to take some risks. They still are not using this Moonlight Shadow aggressively. They're saving... They save Moonlight Shadow as, like, the... Oh, middle tower dies to Invoker. Oh, yeah. Necro units and the Forge Spirits. But they save the Moonlight Shadow as their escape plan for team fights. Like, they hop in and just go, oh, we can always just Moonlight Shadow to run away. Which is not a bad idea, but you can't always do it like that. I think you need to be more aggressive with it.
Sand King gets...
Oh, he takes a lot of damage here. He gets Anchor Smashed. He will maybe get Gush. No, Bro strikes away.
Why the heck was the arrow... The arrow shot over here. I think he could just straight up shot it towards the Wildkin.
Nah, he pops his ultimate here. And now they'll try to go in. Moonlight Shadow comes out again. Very defensive. They'll actually try and focus down the spirits. They get one. But the Earth Spirit and Storm here, they're still alive. Sprites coming out to heal. I'm a sheep. This is turning into kind of an awkward engagement. Long-range arrow does hit Fluff and stuff. Now Pandago comes in. There's your Ravage. That'll be enough to finish off the Sand King. He goes straight onto Whitebeard. He gets disrupted. But Whitebeard, oh, man. Ghost Scepter straight into
taking down the T3.
Down. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Ush, man. He's doing some work. The split push is real. I'm a sheep comes in, and he will repel him for now, but the tower's taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, back at this other fight, Tier 2, taking some damage as the team groups up. Ush, I'm a sheep needs to be careful. He does not have a lot at his disposal right now. Pandago ports back. He blinks forward, looking for a kill onto Ush. There's your Gush. Ush and Gush, Anchor Smash. Nope, just not even close to enough damage. Tier 2 will fall. Arrow just barely misses SNA.
I still don't think that's a bad fight for SNA. They don't lose PL. They get the T3 in the end, and it was taken by the Dire, not denied. So T2 for T3, and
I'll take it, yeah.
They lose 2 heroes? That's worth it. That's worth.
I think so.
Look at these mass sentries, dude. These supports need to get on the ball with coordination.
Damn.
They're drawing it too. They're like, what the heck is this guy? Yeah. Come on.
Look at the sad face. And then they draw the tongue. Look at this. Look at this artwork here. eHug are in trouble, Merlini. They're in more than trouble. Wow, Diffusal Blade up next on the PL. And he's darn close to it.
He's getting fat.
He's a big fatty. Brewmaster, he's picked up his Ag Scepter, and look at this big old stack here. It will be a quad stack coming up next. Or will it? Nope, they failed the stack.
Fail boats.
Still a nice triple stack. Ush will just move in, and they'll do some work. So what can eHug do here, Merlini? How can they start to turn things around? I heard a Sunstrike, but I didn't see it.
Get a sheep on Invoker and start picking out the Blink heroes.
Sheep on Invoker. He is not really that close. He went Blink right after the Necro book. 2,300. Could be further away, but...
Their team fight is significantly weaker without Panda or Sand King. So if they can actually gank one of them and then move into another objective like pushing a T3 or trying to secure Roshan for their own team, then they can actually take fights. They also need to work on the refresher for Tidehunter, I believe, as a BKB on Clinks. Clinks already has his BKB. And then once they get those items, they can actually take a team fight versus SNA. But as it stands right now...
Will they get Fluff and stuff here? Cakes comes in. They use the Moonlight Shadow. They dust out Fluff. They Orchid him. Soulburn will kill him. There you go.
Okay. Sand King needs a... Ghost is pretty important, but I guess BKB is more important because it blocks Ravage.
And lets him channel that ultimate. Now eHug, they'll try to move into the Roche pit. Jiggle Billy throws an arrow, does actually hit IX Mike, but now they know that they're inbound. There are Radiant wards down as well. They saw them walk into the pit, but without Sand King, can they really contest?
Yeah, this is exactly what they need to do. Pick off one of the 2 important initiators, Sand King or Brewmaster. Clockwork's nice, but he's not integral.
Mike's going to go for the Aegis Snatch. No, he's not. Oh, they were thinking about it, but they don't get it. Falls to the Radiant. Aegis goes to the Mirana. Now the fight will break out. BKB
that call just
Clinks.
Screwed him over.
Yeah, this is rough. Big Ravage comes out, connects with quite a few. IX Mike will be the first to go down. Whitebeard, he uses the Ghost Scepter, trying to get out. Pandago trying to finish him off here, but yeah, he'll find it. Now around the other side, SNA goes back to Brewmaster form. He retreats as well.
The dream is real.
The dream is real. Can eHug do it? But look at this. Phantom Cancer, he's in the top lane.
They have to end the game soon.
He's ready to push.
Next 15 minutes. Oh, SNA gets Orchided out.
Can they finish him off, though? He doesn't have an ultimate here. Sand King is inbound with the Burrow Strike and Epi ready. Uh-oh. Ranged racks, they've already gone down. Ush, he's finding the better of this trade. There's no glyph available. TP back from Justin and Pandago. Can they get this kill on Ush? They'll need some detection. Necrobook, not available. They cold snap one of the illusions. Meanwhile, by the Dire base, Tier 3 tower taking hefty damage. But it's about to be a 5v5 on the field. They don't finish off the tower. Hook shot from Mike, straight onto the Clinks. Out come the Cogs, the Dust, and Cakes will be hard-pressed to survive this one. Or will he?
He has beer in his eyes.
Yeah, he'll fall this. Yeah, I hear that doesn't feel good. So, end of the day, Sneaky Nyx Assassins. I think they still get the better of the trade. They
could have defended a little bit better. I think as soon as Invoker TP back, they should initiate it. They took a little bit too much damage on their T3. And eHug still has the Aegis on the Mirana, so they can still go for another push before it expires. So I think...
And 4,000 gold on the Jigmaster.
Yeah. It could have went better for SNA, but still not bad. They end up getting that Rax, which is super important.
BKB on Mirana. Jacob Billy really likes his BKBs.
BKB is good, man.
It's good, but more often than not, he goes for these very defensive builds. Like, Lincoln's BKB is not an uncommon.
I don't think BKB was necessary last game. This game, though, it blocks Epi, Stun, Brewmaster, Clap, Drunken Haze, and Stun, and Cyclone. So you can't get a Lincoln Sphere, and Manta will not hold up either.
Yeah.
So I agree that BKB is necessary.
Yes. This game, I think he just needs to live with BKB. If he can get a Desolator out next, that would be huge. I don't know if they want this game to go on long enough. Their Mirana can farm up a Desolator.
I think he needs Butterfly.
Butterfly. Yeah, that's good against the PL, too.
It gives him a lot more damage, and he needs more attack speed, so he can proc more Mjolnirs.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Attack speed.
Desolator is nice, but it's very nice for a single target. They need AoE clear, and since he already has Mjolnir, attack speed I think synergizes a little bit better with his.
I agree.
With his item set.
It's not particularly good against PL either. He has a lot of armor. 27 right now. 22 of that is base. Yeah, dude. And now he's going hard. Has the Reaver, and this is the smart play for PL. Just needs to beef up those illusions and make himself tankier as well.
Oh, they're waiting for a gank on top though. He does have a defusal, but I don't know. With the haste, it's easy mode.
Oh, he puts the Orchid on a creep.
It doesn't matter. He can Manta out.
Oh, but still. Yeah, I mean, you're right, but still. Don't really want to Orchid a creep if you can avoid it.
Well, you get some free Necrobook gold.
Yeah, a little some.
In the grand scheme, I think it's a very insignificant mistake. He can also defuse off the Orchid if necessary. But with a haste rune too, it's nigh impossible to kill him right at that moment. They needed like a long-range arrow or Tidehunter ultimate to clear everything out. But
speaking of Tidehunter, he got himself a gem picked up now too.
Gem's good.
Yeah, Gem's good. Get a little map control. They have taken out... Actually, no, those are the... There's no Radiant wards down right now. The Dire wards, they still have plenty. Is there a gem on the Dire side? Yeah, there is. So Sand King's been moving around, clearing out the wards.
So here they go. The rush begins. Everyone's trying to push the base. Bottom, there is no range racks. Mid, bottom has the Aegis, and the T3 is really low. So I think that defending their racks is a little bit more important. They are sending illusions there. Ush has not TP'd. Yeah, they need to initiate soon so they actually put them in a pretty bad position. If they TP out, they're in the middle of a fight, they're going to lose the fight.
Yeah, both teams do have glyphs available. Justin gets initiated upon straight away as the Earth Spirit comes out. And Clinks, he actually is the first to get dropped. Whitebeard taking damage. The Ravage has already come out. Jiggle Billy doing a lot of damage right here with that Mjolnir and BKB buff on him. They finish off the Sand King. But Phantom Lancer still doing some work on the structures back at home. The melee racks have already gone down. SNA goes back into human form. Will pick off the Enchantress around the other side. Jiggle Billy has lost his Aegis. Now he comes back up, tries to leap back to his friends, but SNA's right there trying to body block him. He will get a couple off. Ush is now TP'd home, uses that Phantom Lance, and this is a disaster for eHug.
Close to game at that point. Losing a fight that crucial and not even getting any damage on the racks is game-breaking. And they also lost a melee rack. So not only did they lose the fight and not get anything, they also lost a racks of their own. And now the Phantom Lancer is online. He has his heart. He has far more than enough gold for buyback. And I don't know. They definitely don't secure next Roshan, though. eHug, they don't have the map control to do so. And SNA just might go and end this game right now.
Yeah, Roche won't be up anytime soon. We just saw the timer set about 5 minutes or so from now. Double damage rune on the Brewmaster as well. He's working towards his refresher, has the Perseverance and Oblivion Staff. Things just looking scary across the board.
One thing's about Ush's Phantom Lancer, it doesn't take him 60 minutes to end the game, which is actually very important, you know.
Well, that's one of the nice things about getting the Vlads. It just gives him a lot more tankability and more flexibility when he wants to move around.
Yeah.
So
this build ended up being very, very good coming out from him.
Yeah. PL, man.
He is an experienced PL player, though.
That's very true. PL has weird-looking feet. Let's see here. He doesn't have many PL items, though, for such an experienced player. No comments. It's disappointing.
It's okay. I heard reputation of his thing.
See, look at his legs. He's got, like, an extra joint. He's got the hawks that humans don't have. What race is this guy?
He's the guy from Avatar.
Oh, good. He's, actually, what is their planet called? I can't remember. I saw that movie once. It was cool, and then I moved on with my life.
Pop culture reference in the 2000s? I got it.
Yeah, good work. Good work. Natiri and that marine dude.
So Illusion's already pushing out. He just spawned a new one on bottom. This T2 might fall without him being what? There's already 6 Illusions.
Yeah, dude. Juxtapose. It's pretty ridiculous. Damn, look at this tower get trucked. They're gonna have to glyph against Illusions.
Or not.
Phantoms.
And more Illusions have spawned. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ruh-roh. Well, there goes your T3.
And that's a butterfly.
Oh my god, how did he just get that? Last fight he had a Reaver. Now he has Heart and Butterfly? Like, what?
Getting some towers and a Rax and a team fight, I don't know. It's impressive. He's farming like a madman. He doesn't have enough for buyback now, though.
Jiggle Billy's trying to work against his Illusions. He cleared him out. It took him a lot of work, though. Yeah. Oh, Jiggle Billy. Don't go out there, buddy.
The Jiggler's got 3,300 gold. So...
Jiggler.
I mean...
Call him something different every single time.
I mean, there's just an endless supply of things that you can do with the word jiggle.
And now eHug's in this really terrible position where they're confined to their base. Because if they leave, PL will split push them. But if they don't, they'll just get starved. So it's a terrible, terrible position to be in. Everyone who's played against the PL knows what this feeling's like.
Mm-hmm. It's not fun.
They're being strangled.
There's that point where you just want to rip off that little braid off the bottom of his chin and just shove it up his arse. Just gets so mad. You just want to... You know what, PL? You know what I would do to you right now? Or rip that stupid little goatee right off your phantom face.
So, Nyx they're not in the gold lead, but they're in full control of this game.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't taken the gold lead yet. It's just about zeroed out, though. And, of course, an even game means a good game for the sneaky Nyx Assassins with their Phantom Lancer all over the place.
Oh, Hellbear. Getting harassed.
Necro units coming out, and they're losing the war against the PL Illusions here. Can he get another one? Maybe? No, Cold Snap the Illusion. That's how you know you're in trouble, when the Necro level 3 units have trouble against a singleton PL Illusion.
PL now has Diffusal too, so he's close to being 6-slotted.
Jesus, this hero. I hope this isn't the resurgence of PL.
Well, it could be.
I'm not going to lie to you. It could be. Whoa, long-range hook shot from Mike. He was going for cakes, but actually ends up hitting the sheep. In comes Pandago. Big Ravage connects on 4, but not enough for any follow-up kills. Everyone on SNA still alive. Now they go on to cakes. Clinks gets dropped. Now they go on to Pandago. He gets stunned up. No epicenter from Fluff quite yet. They haven't finished off Pandago. That Kraken armor just a little bit too much. Now on the south side, Jigglebilly pops his BKB looking for the retreat. He does hop down to the low ground. Do they have the vision? Oh, he just barely survives. Now over on this side, Fluff zoning out Pandago and Justin looking for this kill. PL does get the kill onto the Enchantress off to the side. Fluff in no man's land, just biding his time. Justin, he'll blink back to safety. Still a 2-for-0 exchange, and now the base will be under siege. I think this one may be over, Merlini.
The dream is not real. Not for eHug, at least.
Dreams are dead. Well, 16-0 on IX Mike's Clockwork. Looks like it could be real.
Damn.
Bottom lane of Rax will just get cleaned up. Glyph is available for the Radiant side, but they won't even burn it. EMP, well, say goodbye to your mana, Illusions.
So last 2 games, we've seen 2 very unusual heroes win. First is Bloodseeker, and now PL. So... this just means 6.81 has a lot more time before things shake it up. Shake it out.
Shake it and shake.
There's still a lot more shake time.
Just shake it. Yeah, Outcast style, shaking it up. I like it.
I hate Outcast. Outcast is probably my least favorite hip hop artist.
Well, Roland, you know what you're playing after this game.
I'm leaving.
Well, yeah, they'll move right into the Roche pit, and eHug haven't tapped out yet, but I think we're at any moment would be an appropriate time. They just have no way to take these team fights. They don't even have a Tide ultimate available. How can they contend Roche? Well, with a Moonlight Shadow, that's not a bad step in the right direction. Mike off the mark with the hook shot. Does burn the dust. They find Pandago. He's looking for the Aegis steal. He doesn't find it, though. Now he's just in bad shape. He'll get sectioned off. IX Mike trying to zone out the rest of the team. Fluff, he gets off the epicenter, but still gets turned into a little piggy. Neuters the amount of damage he puts out. Still enough to finish off the Enchantress. Now Cakes, he'll get chopped down by PL and all of his illusion buddies. GG before the fight's even over. Jigglebilly hops into the pit. He wants vengeance onto Whitebeard. He'll find it, but it just doesn't matter. The sneaky Nyx Assassins looking fierce, and Ush's Phantom Lancer proves successful.
Told you he had a scary PL, man.
You told me right, man. I didn't question it.
He's a fatty. eHug also didn't have a good draft to deal with it, but that's because SNA picked PL last, and nobody expects a PL pick.
Yeah.
If you tell me top like 25 heroes are going to pick, I wouldn't pick PL. 40 I might.
It's the same thing that eHug did in the last game with the Bloodseeker last pick.
It
was great. They had nothing to deal with it, and you're like, whoa, I never would have guessed that. Same with the PL, except this time it was on the other side of the coin.
Well, what do you need to deal with a Bloodseeker? I think Phantom Lancer is more like straightforward as to what to counter.
Well, it countered the Weaver last game.
Yeah,
the Bloodseeker countered the Weaver, and it was 5th pick. So like there are a lot of instances where you can pick heroes that do well against Bloodseeker, and they couldn't do that because it was a 5th pick. And here they 5th picked PL against a team that didn't have a lot to deal with PL. That's similar strategy with the 5th pick, kind of the trump card counter, and worked well. It's a good strategy, huh? Last pick a hero that they don't have any counters to.
Mirana carry fails again. I think that's also worth noting. Mirana carry, it's not bad, but when you're like slightly breaking even and just like a tiny bit ahead or even, you're gonna lose a late game because Mirana just sucks as a carry. It's plain and simple.
Yeah.
Compared to a Phantom Lancer was massive. Number 2 on gold per minute was Priestess of the Moon, but she was not even close to being able to take down PL's illusions. The Necro books even couldn't do it. It was just absurd how strong those illusions were.
Jigglebilly farmed pretty well. He had 240 CS by the time that was done. But it's a Mirana. She's a good semi-carry, a good secondary to assist your primary carry.
They don't
carry
use
them through the mid-game.
Well. You did point that out in the game, and I think that's completely true.
Yeah, there were a couple times where it's just sitting there off cooldown. It's a good defensive ability at times, but part of what makes it so good is its versatility. It's kind of like Shadow Team. You can use it aggressively, use it defensively, and they pretty much only use it defensively unless it's like a surefire kill where it's going to be 5 of them jumping on one poor little Shadow Demon in the bottom lane. They did use it for like 1 or 2 kills, but they weren't key kills. They were mostly kills on support.
So eHug's playoff contention spot is mostly dash at this point. Their dreams are dashed.
Yeah, what are they up to? 5 losses now? Are they now?
I think they're
do we have standings, Roland?
I think there are 4 losses.
We don't have standings.
Nyx is looking pretty good though. They're 3-2. They have a couple of matches left, but let's not get our.
So now they're 4-2 now, right?
Nyx,
or are they 3-2 now?
I think Nyx is 3-2.
I can't keep it all straight.
Nyx has to play.
They're now 3-2, Roland.
They have to play Liquid and NAR, so they play 5 games, meaning it's 3-2.
So they're 3-2. They're still in good shape. If they win their last 2, they'll definitely be in the top 4. If they win one of the 2, they'll be in okay shape. Again, that sort of point of contention. So there you go. Here are your standings. Sneaky Nyx Assassins, now 3-2. Tied with the NA Rejects and tied with Team Liquid. Things are spicing up. CNB still 3-4. They are pretty much out of here. Revenge and eHug both have 1 game to go.
That thing looks so confusing because I see like the last 2 on the right. I always think of the rightmost as losses, and then the one to the left of it as wins.
There's been a lot of hate on the points column, so you're not alone.
I don't think the points column is good. Just nix it.
No, it doesn't do anything. It's exactly the same as the wins. I don't know how we overlook that design flaw, but
it's redundant.
It doesn't add the value added is
negative.
What do we have here, Roland?
It's negative, man.
Oh, look, we have a new infographic. These are our stretch goals, guys.
It's still not portrait.
It's still not portrait,
but
landscape. Yes. Oh, yeah, this is portrait. Yeah, it's not the right resolution, but that's okay, guys. You can check out our stretch goals here. Pick up the bundle. It is $10 in the Dota 2 store. You get to watch on Dota TV. Get yourself the Axe set, the Harbinger of the New Moon. You get a custom loading screen, and now we are just about to break 30K. Did we break it during that game, Merlini? Let's check the tally. We're at 28,337, so very close to hitting that 30K mark, which unlocks the All-Star Pudge matchup. And then at the 40K mark, it will be an inflatable pool. You get to see Merlini swimming around with your favorite pro players. That could be fun.
I'm not part of the stretch goal for that.
We haven't decided who's going to be swimming in the inflatable pool. You very well could be. You don't know. So, I don't know. Still up for grabs, guys. We'll have our next game coming up in just about 10 minutes or so.
eHug versus no Earth Spirit.
eHug versus no Earth Spirit. It's all on the line. Two teams that probably won't make it to the top 4, but should be interesting nonetheless. I'm Zayori. This is Merlini. You're watching the Summit America powered by Twitch. We'll be back after this short break.